My background is in psychiatric counseling, and I have my master's in social work administration, and I was really looking for an opportunity where I could really help people and feel like I make a difference in their lives. And with the Entrepreneur Source, I feel like I make a difference not only in their lives, but their family lives for the rest of their lives. The idea is that they'll have a business and continue with it. So it's really fulfilled a desire that I've had when I was very young, when I got my degree, and was able to use it in a way I never really even imagined. Well, I had a previous business before, so I had 42 employees. So my background in hiring and recruiting people and training people and bringing on the best people in my organization is something that I had experienced in, and felt that when the multi-unit program became available to me, that was a good opportunity for me to utilize those skills that I had in the past. And for me, it's very empowering to help other people be successful in doing what I do and help to coach them. And one of the other nuggets that I got out of it is that when you coach other people, it makes you better at what you do too. So one of the advantages I feel for me in the Principal Operator Program is I've been able to have my presence throughout the entire U.S., not just in my state. So, and it also gives me an opportunity to allow my principal operators to bring on associates themselves since they're working under my license. So that gives them an incentive to grow their business and help them to be able to coach others so they can get better themselves. So I feel very proud that I can say I have a business that's throughout the whole U.S. and not just in my city or my state. So it's exciting. For me, we have a global economy, and I look at the United States as my backyard. I have currently 4 principal operators. It's been a learning experience for me to understand the best talent that will put the effort into it, is the best way I can say it. And I think that's true in any organization or any business, the amount of effort that you're willing to put into it. And people that are willing to work full-time, I found, have been a better principal operator for me than initially I was bringing on some people that were doing it part-time. And at the end of the day, doing any kind of business part-time probably isn't very realistic. So since then, I've grown my business, and last year I talked a lot about 70% of my income had come from my principal operators. This year I've had a really good year personally in making placements, so it's more 50-50 right now, but I'm looking forward to going more in the direction where the income is coming from my principal operators, so I can have a little more working on the business versus in the business. One of the things that I do sincerely is I find that everybody that I work with has some skill set, some experience, some high achievement that's very interesting to me, and I compliment them a lot about their background. I find something interesting about it. I feel that we all come from sometimes corporate America where we're not getting the recognition of our accomplishments. So I feel that my strength is finding out what people's accomplishments are, what their strengths are, the things that they're proud of, and bring that out, and let's focus on that, and not the things that they don't do as well or they need to learn more. And I feel that that's really one of the strengths that I have, to develop rapport and get people to feel more confident about themselves. I feel like when you get downsized, it's got to be very demoralizing, and you feel like, what did I do wrong? What could I have done better, differently? What's wrong with me? And then you're not getting the job interviews, you're not getting the job offers. So when you have that kind of relationship where you can say, you know what, you're still that same person, you still have those skill sets, you still are of value, and actually you've done all these entrepreneurial things in your career, why wouldn't you just do that for yourself now versus somebody else? I think that's what people comment a lot about, how I work with clients and how I come across to them. I guess I feel like every client I work with is a great success story for me, to help someone make that shift from looking at the world through the eyes of an employee and become an entrepreneur. Since I've been self-employed since I was in my early 20s, I went through that so long ago, I think I forget what that process was like. So working with my clients and getting them to get that aha moment and make the shift. And I have a client now, probably because it's most recent, it's top of mind, who got a consulting job for 3 months and says, well, I'm making 70% of what I earned. And I said, well, how does that make you feel? And there are your value and your experience is still there, but they're paying you less, and you're not an employee, you're a contractor, so you don't have the benefits. And he just came out and said, well, since working with you, I absolutely don't think I can do this longer than 3 months. I'm going to take it now, but he's getting ready to start the business and go through the training and get ready, so when he finishes the consulting job, he will already be ready to start his business. I feel like he's probably going to quit the consulting job a little bit sooner once he completes training, because he's not feeling the value that he feels, that he's now starting to feel that working for himself will provide. Well, I love that question, because I have to say, when I looked at a lot of different franchise options, the entrepreneur source was absolutely last on my list. I wasn't interested in exploring it. I couldn't see working out of my house. All the things that I love now, I thought, well, that doesn't sound like me. As I got more information and started really thinking it through, I thought, well, what would be so wrong about working out of the house after all? What's so wrong about, I thought I'd work more hours, and that hadn't really been the case. I schedule my time in the office. I schedule my time for the other activities that I want to do. So I had all these concerns that turned out not to be real, which is true of, I think, of a lot of us. And it wound up being more possibilities than I'd ever dreamed of. At one time, I had gone to Hawaii, and I was able to stay there for several weeks and still run my business and work with clients, and that was something I never have dreamed of.